get straight to it. The first company that I would like to highlight is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship is basically your introductory level way of forming a company. Very little paperwork and things to file and submit to the state. Very little overhead. Basically, this is for electricians, taxi cab drivers, things of that nature. Very risky arena to be in because you are at risk in regards to being sued. You are not exempt from your personal assets being attacked during a lawsuit and things of that nature. So one thing I would advise you to do is make sure you thoroughly check and make sure that's something you want to commit to, because a sole proprietorship, there are many benefits as far as getting into it, but sometimes getting out of it can be the issue. So make sure you look into sole proprietorship a little more on your own end, seek information from an attorney, and also just talk to other people and look online for any types of advice you can actually obtain. Secondly, an LLC. LLC is what's the most common form of company registered throughout America. An LLC is your entry level business listing, registered business throughout America. Like I said again, what you want to do with an LLC is know that you are protected. So my first company I ever started, LLC, it was protected. So if something happened, someone was injured, they would sue the company and not myself. So I would be fine. They couldn't take my house. They couldn't take my personal assets and things of that nature. One thing about an LLC that I do like is the fact that it gives you the perception of a corporation, but it does not entail of the overhead in regards to cost and also paperwork and having attorneys read over things and board members and things of that nature. So LLC stands for Limited Liability Company. Again, your personal assets are protected in an LLC, and how that works is you file taxes off of business gains, and you file the losses on your personal taxes in an LLC. It goes on your personal income on a Schedule C on your tax return. LLC also, I do like an LLC because you can actually position yourself to move up to a corporation. So you're starting off as a business, you want to begin as an LLC like I did myself, and this is theoretically speaking, you'll have the opportunity to move towards a corporation once you begin to increase your revenue, once you increase your following and you actually been in business for a while. So this is something that it gives you that goal. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, if you want to be self-employed, it's all about having goals, and it gives you that goal to say, we made $5,000 our first year, we made $15,000 our second year, $20,000 our third year, and so forth. And then you'll get to the level where you need board members, you need directors, you might want to begin to take capital from other people, but you can actually wait until your LLC is kind of maxed out, and then you can go ahead and go to a corporation. So once you actually go through with the process of saying, hey, I'm going to start a corporation, a C corporation is the most common form of a corporation. Now, depending on where you stay, also it may be called a regular corporation. Majority of the Fortune 500 companies throughout America, Pepsi, Yum Yum Brands, who owns KFC, Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Kellogg's, Johnson & Johnson, those are C corporations. C corporations are able to raise capital, so meaning they can go out and have a public offering for stock, get shareholders. One thing about a C corporation is the profits are distributed to the owners as dividends. The owners pay tax on that money, and the business also pays tax on that money. So the disadvantage with a C corporation from the outside looking in is you get double taxed. But with double taxation, obviously C corporation, you'll be able to write off. One of the cons is you can actually write off those fringe benefits such as healthcare, travel expenses. Whenever you hear a lot of people saying, oh, I'm gonna write this off, I'm gonna write that off, they're really referencing a corporation, because that's actually one of the perks about you being double taxed is the benefit of writing off things. C corporation also, you are required to issue a financial statement. I don't know how many times, but usually I think it's twice a year. If you work for a company now, I'm pretty sure they let you guys know what they made, what they lost, what the debt is for the company, and things of that nature. Also, I don't want to talk about corporations that long because I want to make this video quickly as possible. Next option you have is a S corporation. S corporation, similar to C corporation, it's a little bit more stringent in regards to requirements. You have to have 100 shareholders. You have to have an election to even register as an S corporation to even get the benefits of that. Just a lot of different things you want to look into and know before you actually transition into that. Let's see here. So what we spoke about today was the type of companies you can start off when actually getting into business. So this is what you want to do. You actually are in the process now of, hey, I got an idea, I want to start a company. You need to figure out, you want to be a sole proprietor. Basically, you got risk. If anything happens, you can get sued. You want to be an LLC, the most common form of entry-level business. Once you start an LLC, you'll get the benefits of gaining an EIN number, which we'll talk about in my next video. An EIN number is going to actually allow you to get a bank account. It'll actually let you get business credit. It'll actually obtain capital from a small business loan. With dealing with the SBA, it's pretty much your social security for a company. Also, then you have the C corporation. Then you have the S corporation. So you have to make up in your mind which one works for you, where you're starting off at. If you've already been in business for a while, you might want to jump straight into a corporation. If you're just starting out, you might want to try an LLC. So it's up to you. I can't really give you what you should do, just some advice on what I've done, which I said I've been successful starting LLCs, obtaining the business credit that way. In my next video, I'll talk about how to gain an EIN number. This is kind of the back end of things before you get excited and you get the bank account, you get the small business credit and things of in that arena. So what you want to do is take this part really, really serious because the exciting portion is coming up. I promise you that. And just stay tuned. Next Monday, we'll talk about EIN numbers, obtaining an EIN. And like I said, that's actually getting to the nitty gritty. Go to the bank, Chase Bank, Huntington, USA Bank, whatever bank you want to go to, Wells Fargo throughout the nation. You got articles of incorporation, which I talked about in the first video. And secondly, you have what type of company you're running, which you need to know that when you file the articles of incorporation, then you get the EIN number. If you do have any questions for me or anything I missed out on, shoot me an email, james@emporium216, or hit me up on Twitter, Emporium CEO. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the last video. I was really just appalled by how receptive you guys were, and the shares, the comments, the likes. And I just want to help one person if I can. I had a lot of views, but if I can help one person out of those viewers to actually start a company and say, you assisted me with that, James, I feel like I made my day, made my mark, because nobody was giving out this information for free to me. I actually had to research it and spend countless hours of time and just a lot of pain, blood, sweat, and tears. So thank you guys for tuning in today. Hope you have a great Monday. Have a great week. Stay encouraged, and see you guys next time.